the big ones, MLG, IPL. But anyway, enough about that. It's about the Six Pool Gaming Team League.
Yeah, and starting here in the top right corner of the map, representing Team Hugs and Kisses, also known as XO, it is XO's Zergling.
Yes, and his opponent in the bottom left, it is from Team Complexity, is QXC, spawning as the Purple Terror.
This is the cool thing about this team league, by the way. I mean, like, okay, everyone knows who QXC is. There's no way you play StarCraft and not know who QXC is. However, Zergling, much more unknown player, Team Complexity, well better known than Team XO. This is great exposure because even if they lose today, XO got to fight Complexity. If they take one game off Complexity, they get bragging rights over that. I mean, when you're the little guy,
Yeah,
the underdog, that's what you're looking for.
yeah, and a lot of people actually root for the underdog most of the times, huh? I know, I usually do.
I know, I'm a terrible underdog guy. It's like, oh, there's a very obvious winner. Well, I hope the other guy wins. No
I
question
was
about
really
it.
hoping for Grubby to get really far in MLG, but yeah, unfortunately. But oh, we see an early gas from QXC right from the start.
Yeah, 12 gas can lead to any number of things as Terran. I mean, this is just a great start if you're trying to go for that. I mean, I don't know that he would be going for mech without taking the early expansion, but I mean, this can lead to a couple things. And one of the best things is, of course, having Hellions out on the field early.
Yes, of course, the Hellions to deny early creep spread. Perhaps grab a couple of drones here and there.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Zergling going for a fairly early, wow, actually a really early pool, or sorry, not pool, hatcheries. I believe that was a 13 hatchery, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Interesting choice on his part. Maybe trying to just get a little ahead of the game. Who knows?
yeah. Well, perhaps he just wants enough creep and a spine crawler to build there in time to be extra safe against the Hellions, because of course the Reactor Hellions are a very common opener in this matchup. It's like sort of the standard opening with Hellion Banshee, put on the pressure from the start on the Zerg.
Yeah, and of course you can't build like 500 queens to deal with it, but who wants to do
Of
that?
course.
So just keep an eye on QXE here. Gonna see that factory plop down very quickly. Very nice.
Yeah. But the real question is, will he drop a starport or will he go for the expansion? That's the real question.
With that early of a gas, I have to really say he's leaning for something one base-ish. It's really hard to go for an expansion this late, especially when you're gearing this much towards the gas-heavy build, but with that reactor coming onto the barracks, there's no question about it that we're going to see some beautiful, magnificent, fiery demons known as Hellions out on the field.
Oh, every Zergs must hate them, definitely when they're in your mineral line.
And QXC getting a nice scout off on Zergling's base and getting out alive, so he sees that the pool's down, he knows that he went for that expansion, and gotta feel pretty good knowing that he'll have Hellions out on the field to go for that harass.
Yeah. And what do you think actually Zergling will respond with? I mean, there's a number of response. Of course, you have the 4-queen opener, which it looks like he's going for. That you have still your queens to inject and 2 queens to really deal with that harass. But oh, look at this at the third of Zerg. The proxy starport.
Ooh, I like this. So he could be going for actually just an elevator up with those Hellions, and unfortunately this
Yeah.
Overlord is just barely out of view. But this other one will. It is rallied to see it. No, it stops.
Oh,
This is like, oh my goodness.
the
this is
most
so
lucky
close.
proxy starport. Yeah. And it will indeed be used to make a medivac out of this and quickly elevator the Hellions in the main, avoiding those 2 queens and the spine at the front.
I mean, well, these 2 Hellions are going to get to poke around, and while 2 Hellions will not one-shot drones, they can do a lot of harass. More importantly, though, he's getting confirmed scouting information. Oh,
Yeah, and he's making more Hellions behind this, don't forget.
And he is starting to fry some of these drones. They're going to be low, although he's not going to pick a couple of them off. These queens will chase them away. Will they get away, though, is the question. One of these Hellions is destined
Oh,
for
really
death.
nice micro there.
Oh, man, a little bit of cat and mouse going on. Catches another drone.
And there comes the drone surround, but he gets a nice volley off, and that might set up the follow-up of this, which is
2 more coming to the
Hellions.
front, though. There is a spine crawler down, though. And
Yeah, but
QXC
here comes
heading
the
towards
medivac.
Yeah, just elevator this up to the high ground. Zergling sees this, though. He has the Overlord. He knows the Hellions are moving in. Coming
Oh, but he
around
moves his speed
back.
down. Oh,
Oh, go for a Spore Crawler. Anticipating Banshee's not the right call. And these drones fried alive. Let's check this out. 11 drones killed and rising. Oh, no.
Oh, such good damage and picks off and gets
Getting
out
away with all
without
those
losing
hellions.
anything.
Look at these hellions, so low, and he's gonna try to just poke through the front. Viking coming, gonna
Yeah.
start harassing these overlords. Oh, picking up immediately. QXC not wanting
Yeah.
to lose a single one of those hellions, but he's got
Forcing
more.
so much queens already.
And look at this, actually shooting up from the low ground.
Huh.
With this many hellions, though, I mean, really, a spine crawler and a queen aren't going to do much. Zergling is supply blocked right now, and I think, not to down talk Zergling too much, right now he's just putty in QXC's hand.
And now faking it out with the now faking the medevac in the
and
natural.
In the natural. Just
Oh.
barbecue! 27 drones killed. Let's check the actual worker count right now. 20 left. So there
Well,
have
it's
been
still
more
okay.
workers killed than there are currently on the field.
That's true. And the queens are now down again.
The great thing about this for QXC2 is, like, if we look back at home, he's going for that expansion, he's getting a couple more factories up, and Zergling is forced to use Larva on drones, so there's not going to be any sort of Roach, Baneling, Zergling counterattack all in by any means.
Yeah, but QSC is setting himself up really well for a follow-up mech push, with perhaps some tanks and stuff, because the Zerg will have to resupply all these drones.
Oh man, pushing, it's still poking away these drones. These queens have got to be so frustrated chasing these hellions around.
Yeah, I mean, back and forth, it's well,
Oh,
they might lose some weight though.
Up, but they'll take out more drones in the natural, Dirk. This is,
Oh.
I don't know, man. This is a really great opening for QXC. Because if we
39
check,
total kills.
there's one Zergling, one Roach on the field aside from 6 queens. He doesn't have the capability to even produce units because, as you said, drones are being made right now. He can't afford to make anything else.
Yeah, he's like, drones. That's all he should be thinking about now. Although, because with all these queens he should be fairly safe, and he can start spreading this creep more offensively. But do you think he has any chance to like apply any pressure with this? I don't think so, man.
No, quite frankly, I mean, it always sucks to call games early, but enough damage has been done. Zergling could be down and out, but you know, it is Zerg. They do have the GG Lords for the late game, so if Zergling can just make it there, he'll be in a much better position to deal with a mech army than he is right now.
Well, to put it simple, as you said, it's QXC's game to lose. So if he makes a mistake, and Zergling can capitalize on that, he might still have a way back. So I wouldn't count him out just yet.
And I like this. Look at this at home. QXC putting up a little bit of a wall, a bunker as well, anticipating some sort of counter all in. Because, I mean, really, that's what he's forced Zergling to do, but he's not doing that. Instead, he's just trying to catch up. And without the addition of a third base, he just doesn't have the production to do stuff right now.
Yeah, and the first store enters the field for QXC.
Zergling finally starting to clean up some of those Hellions, though. That's about time, because I think he's... If I was in Zergling's shoes right now, I would be absolutely pissed off, sick, and angry.
Yeah, I would feel
very
very like, what to do. Like, how do you come back from a situation like this? You took almost 40 drone losses, and yeah, it's a very hard situation to come back from.
Yeah, 41 total workers killed. That is just... You know what? As a Terran player, you're sitting there feeling top of the world right now. It doesn't matter whether you're QXC or some bronze player. When you kill that many workers this early, you're feeling very good and very confident moving forward. And, I mean, when you're playing against Zerg, confidence can lose you a game. You have to always remember that. They can very quickly turn a situation around.
Yeah. Although poking up a lot and being very active with the Hellions, he didn't get the confirmation that the third is being taken though, but Zergling needs to take some sort of a risk to come back in this game, and that's where this macro hatch is for.
Yeah,
so he can have this extra...
Oh.
Yeah.
Sacrificed it to the natural QXC, but he did get the
Yeah, but he sees the Thors, yeah, and that's very important. He can perhaps make a couple of extra roaches, but will those couple of extra roaches be enough?
And I don't agree with that. I mean, he's getting the infestation pit, that's great, but I mean, with a couple of roaches on the field and no Zerglings to be found, ironically enough, Zergling is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, the Zerglings I don't think will be too efficient against what he has, even willing some SCVs for repair on the Thors, and he's launching the push straight up to the third.
Yeah, this is going to be a real nasty push, but QXC, very scary army, and Zergling, will he cancel the hatchery, or is it going to be built to... Does cancel
Oh, he canceled it right in time.
I mean, I gotta give it to Zergling though. While this has been going on, he's been harassed the heck out of. He's continuing creep spread, which is really good. It shows that he's still got his composure and he hasn't panicked yet. But I think that panic should set in sometime soon once he realizes he doesn't have the units to deal with this.
A brilliant move here by QXC, like faking the attack towards the third, forcing the cancel, and just going back home, building on his advantage.
Yeah, meanwhile, QXC's third, well, sorry, his command center is about to be finished, which will be floated to the third. And I mean, when you're Zerg, I don't care what race you're playing against, you do not want to be one base behind your opponent.
No, that's indeed not the best situation to be in, because, yeah, you need that economy from that third base, and that's what he doesn't have now, so it's very limited in the possibilities he can do, but he's getting infestors, and they're a pretty good unit, right?
You get those fungals, you get a couple of good neurals on those Thors, and that army suddenly is not so scary.
Yeah, the infestors could be the turning tide here in this game, who knows?
Yeah, Infestor's definitely a good unit, and we see Zergling teching up for that ranged attack, so I don't think he's going to be going for that late game, hoping to, I guess, crush with some roaches in the mid game.
Yeah, I think that's his best chance, I think. I think QXC is too far ahead on economy.
Oh, look at this, a roach is going to come in.
Yeah.
Going to pick off a couple of Hellions, but can't get the surround off.
That's too bad, that would have been a big win for Zergling already.
Well, I mean, the big thing for Zergling here is, while QXC has been absolutely ahead every step of the way, Zergling has not been taken out yet, and he's been buying time between things. Like, sure, QXC went up and delayed the third, and that's really annoying, but look at this. We have Neural on the way. We have Infestors arriving on the field. He didn't have these units 5 minutes ago, and holding on to this point has brought him back to the game. So if Zergling can continue this pattern, he might actually be able to bring himself up.
Yeah, and of course, as a Zerg, you don't want to be really behind on supply. He's now 20 supply behind, but as we said earlier, those Infestors, man. He just needs to catch QXC unsieged for a moment and he can make something happen.
Yeah, meanwhile, looking at home, we got supply depots coming down and creating walls off here. QXC expecting, I guess, some sort of run-by to happen, but I don't think he realizes Zergling's just not in the position. I don't think... No, Zergling's speed isn't even researched, so there's going to be no Zergling harass this game. And more so, that means he can't reinforce with Zerglings, which is a little unfortunate. So we're definitely going to see a very, very primarily Roach and Infestor heavy army.
Yeah, but the creep spread so far has been really good, and Zergling is now taking his fort. But the question is, look at the push QXC is launching towards that fort.
Oh,
I think it has to be cancelled. Yeah.
Yeah, this fort...
And the Banshees will add a lot in the next engagement.
These Infestors can fungal a couple times, but I mean, fungal versus a Thor, you gotta see that energy.
They need to be spot on though.
You need that energy for some parasites, because I mean, Thors are really hard to deal with. Especially when your army is roach heavy and he's got tanks backing up. This is just a great army composition for QXC. Both players are maxed out though.
Yeah. And he has a very nice concave setup, and I don't think QXC really wants to engage into his concave, but oh, he's going for it.
Yeah, just pushing up here. Couple good neurals going down, taking over these Thors, and all of a sudden he's turning QXC's army around on him. QXC completely caught off guard by this. And amazingly, Zergling...
An amazing flank as well from the bottom.
I can't believe he takes that battle. That's QXC's army. When you're mech, you don't have a lot of army to reproduce. We have Hellions coming around to the third of Zergling. All of these drones are going to be forfeit. There is nothing here to defend with, but Zergling does not care. He's pushing across the field right now.
Yeah, he smells blood.
Oh, Roach is coming up the ramp. Oh, the supply depots are down! Oh, Zergling just going to run right into QXC's base. This is so unfortunate.
Yeah, and if he can take out that production...
And
yeah, the ults have turned.
Getting a little cocky, and Zergling definitely is going to deserve a beer after this one. Because at this rate, he might actually just take out QXC.
One beer?
Okay, whole round, man. Whatever makes him happy. He deserves it, because look at this. The planetary is not complete. QXC's third is gone. Zergling has cleaned up the Hellions back at home. There's a couple left, but I mean, there's a Spinecrawler, Roach is taking care of them. Doesn't matter though, as he continues to just push in. Commander is being lifted off.
Well, we're very low on eco right now. It's 24 SCVs against 17 drones, man. If QXC can somehow hold, and I don't know.
He can take out these Thors. He's got the numbers to do it. It looks like he will as he's pushing forward. He even has cleans.
Yeah, there goes the GG, sir. Wow. Team XO taking the first game.